Welcome to a beautiful Sunday in Oklahoma City, where the 8th place OKC Energy gets set to take on LA Galaxy to a huge game for Energy FC. The final 3 games of the USL season down the stretch here, all here in Taft Stadium. Big opportunity alongside Lee Godfrey. I'm Dallin Cuff, and Lee, Jimmy Nielsen told me earlier this week, it's all in our hands. You can see why. They're in 8th place, all home games. He feels they should stay above this line come October 15th.
Yeah, must-wins here now at home for OKC Energy, and you do see that they have a game in hand as well over Colorado Springs Switchbacks. So get the full 3 at home to really solidify your place in the playoffs for this season.
Not an easy game, though. This Los Dos team has a lot of talent, led by Ethan Zubak. Guy scored a goal in 10 seconds against Sacramento a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the fastest goal in USL history, and it was an absolute cracker, as you'll see it right here. He scored 4 on the year in 25 appearances. He's also tallied 3 assists. The 18-year-old also earned his first U.S. call-up in January to the U.S. Under-19 squad.
Now you juxtapose that on the other side of the ledger. This OKC team, a lot of veterans. Jose Angulo, who's been around the block, and guess what he can do is score some goals as well. He's got 5 just since he's come over from St. Louis, 9 total in the campaign. Yeah, in 25 appearances, you're right. 9 goals, 4 assists, 3rd on the Energy with 43 shots. And the 29-year-old, as you alluded to, has scored goals wherever he has played, and he continues to do so with OKC Energy. All right, let's take a look now at the Los Dos lineup. This crew coming in, struggling a little bit, this young group. 0-4-1 in their last 5. When you look at this 4-4-2 setup, what should we be looking for?
Well, I think it's just, that it's a youth movement, obviously, with this team, and players getting minutes, valuable minutes, trying to impress to, at one point, possibly get called up to the MLS side. And you see Ethan Zubak there playing alongside Justin Dillon, with Justin Vomsteeg in goal for Los Dos.
All right, let's go over to OKC now. This crew, Jimmy Nielsen's got a big game. We already talked about it. This is a big opportunity for C.J. Cochran as well. Another start. Cody Larendi, the top keeper, he's out for the rest of the season. Cochran stood tall. They got a road win against Sacramento. Who else should we be focusing on with this group?
I think it's the goal scorers. Jose Angulo, Miguel Gonzalez up top. Both played into their 3-1 win last week against Sacramento. And as well, Alex Dixon, he's been putting the ball in the net as well. 7 goals on the season. So certainly a high-powered attack in the Energy.
And to look out the center back pairing, Anthony Wallace and Sam Fink. A little different. Cody Andrews, Mickey Daly, both out of the lineup, out of the A team, dealing with injuries. Will this OKC team be able to keep a clean sheet? We'll find out when we come back.
Since 2014, our fans have been the backbone of the club. Fans keep supporting us on the field, in the community, and are the driving force of our success. Our fans create an exciting atmosphere that drives charisma, excellence, and passion. Energy fans, we thank you and welcome you to year number 5. Celebrate our 5th anniversary and renew your season membership today.
What if you could keep an eye on your business every hour of every day and know where your customers are at any moment? See what your employees are doing or tell if your windows and doors are secure. And what if you could do all that from anywhere? Introducing Cox Business Security. With HD surveillance and 24/7 monitoring, our security never sleeps, so you can. Cox Business Security Solutions. Security that means business.
Find out how a Mercy doctor can take care of you. At Mercy, your life is our life's work.
And we're back here at Taft Stadium. Beautiful day, 82 degrees here alongside Lee Godfrey. I'm Dallin Cuff. And a couple quick notes to tell you about, folks. We showed you the lineups before we went to break. LA's had some changes. We had an injury in the warm-ups. Tyler Turner, number 63, the right back, he will be out. Jorge Hernandez, the 16-year-old, slotting in there for his 8th start of the campaign. Also, Leonardo Sepulveda, the left back. He usually wears 47. He will be donning 29 tonight. So a couple clerical things to get you caught up first. Now, Lee, huge game for Oklahoma City, a game where, again, they need to have 3 points if they want to control their own playoff opportunity. What do they have to do in this game to walk away victorious?
I think a good start and to dictate the play is going to be huge, especially against this young side. You have teenagers out there for Los Angeles Galaxy, too, where you're playing against, you've got a veteran side out there for Jimmy Nielsen, and I think they've got to impose themselves on this young team. There is just so much at stake. The Los Angeles Galaxy side is right now at the back end of what's been a really long road trip. They haven't been home since before September 16th, so that gets to be on you as well. So it's been a long road trip for them. They need to take advantage of that, and you don't have to tell the players, I don't think, at this level anymore what's at stake. They know exactly what is at stake. The coaching staff has prepared them as much as they possibly can, and it's up to the players out on that pitch now to make things happen and create and get a big win in front of their home crowd.
And Jimmy Nielsen did mention to us this week, about 10 games ago, they talked a lot about the playoff situation. Since then, it's been everybody knows what they need to do. Mike Munoz knows what he's been put in place in his first year here as the Los Dos coach. He was the academy director before, had great success there. Now coming in here and continuing to develop the rich academy program and players they have at the Los Dos and, of course, the LA Galaxy level with MLS. Now, Jimmy Nielsen on the other side, he's the longest tenured coach in the Western Conference, 4th season under the helm here, and has a solid 43, 39, and 33 regular season record, known as the White Puma for his great goalkeeping ability himself. Won the 2013 MLS Cup back with Sporting KC. Went out with quite a victorious penalty shootout win, and you coast off into the to the sunset.
Yeah, that's the way you go out as a champion. And yeah, I've covered Jimmy Nielsen through his playing career for quite a few years, and always a professional, really nice guy. He can be animated at times too on the bench. Certainly is very passionate about the game and about his team and the way they play.
Now you see C.J. Cochran there on the left in the red, the goalkeeper, number 18, again getting his 4th start of the year. Cody Lorendi out for the season, hurt 2 games ago in that Reno game. And Jimmy Nielsen, as a former keeper, said he had the utmost confidence in Cochran. Feels bad for Lorendi, who's been tremendous for them all year, but believes Cochran can step in there and has stepped in and got a win. And what Nielsen said was the best performance by his team all season, a 3-1 win against Sacramento on the road in a game the team is competing just right there with you in the standings.
Yeah, that was a huge win to be able to go get those 3 points on the road. And you're right when you talk about C.J. Cochran and his ability, but it also talks about the rest of the team and defending as a whole. It's just not one person in goal. It's when you're off the ball, players getting back, communication between the back line and that goalkeeper is so imperative. So they've done a good job of it as of late. They want to carry that over, only conceding that 1 goal in Sacramento, and now they're back at home. So it's a really big game for these guys when they find themselves just sitting in that 8th spot, and they're finishing off the season at home as well.
Huge game here at Taft Stadium for Oklahoma City. Energy FC in 8th place. If they can win, they move closer to keeping themselves in the playoff race. And play back to Kyle Hyland, the left back. Looks long. Up there from Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets a touch on it, tries to flick onto Angulo, but Gonzalez was offside.
Yeah, I don't mind that early. It's, taking the route 1 and going over the top, because there's so many young players out there for Los Angeles Galaxy too that mistakes are going to be made out there.
Played out wide, looking up for Justin Dillon. Bumped off the ball. To your point, though, that Los Dos back line, the most senior member is 19-year-old John Jospin Angola. Angola at 19 is the most veteran guy. They will be tested here today. We'll see if Jimmy Nielsen's crew can break them down. Michael Radchuk, the man in the middle, policing things, and gets his whistle blown for the first time for a quick foul call there on Jonathan Brown. Getting his 3rd start for this team, just signed in August. Was playing in the Bangladeshi Premier League. Welsh international, used to play his youth ball with guys like Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey, some, world-class players.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a journeyman for clubs over that period in Bangladesh and throughout Europe. and trying to find a home here now in Oklahoma.
Jimmy Nielsen thinks he has. Thought he really fits in well with his team, and there's Brown right now closing down the ball. He said he was very impressed with how quickly he's melded in with this group and shown great chemistry and leadership, and got his first goal for the Energy last week in that win against Sacramento. Quick whistle by Radchuk there as Zubak hold up play for a second.
It'll be interesting to see how this game does develop after the first 10-15 minutes. So when the things settle in, you're always going to get a team like the Galaxy, because they're so young, they're going to be running on adrenaline, and they're going to be going out really hard and fast in the opening minutes to try to weather that storm that OKC can create by coming out in front of their home crowd and wanting to get a good start. That's always the big thing for an away team to be aware of, is get those first 15 minutes or so, and you got the crowd in it. You don't want them to get that early goal and keep it going. They'd want to silence that crowd by getting one of their own. So imperative to get through the first 15 minutes, especially for this young side.
LA last in the league in goals allowed, 57. So Mike Munoz's crew, they've done better. Last 13 games, they've held teams to 1.33 goals average per game. That is down from over 2. And now there's an opportunity in the left wing. Driven in, Brown looking to make the near post run. Just a bit in front of him as Alex Dixon played it in from the left wing.
Yeah, good ball into the box there, and Jonathan Brown just got held up there a little bit, not being able to get inside the 6-yard box to be able to get on that one. Now, the ironic thing is when we talk about this young Galaxy side and the amount of goals that they give up, though, they have more wins on the road than they do at home in this season. 4 wins on the road this year, so they've been more difficult to play out on the road.
That's better than OKC. OKC only has 3 wins on the year, and that's Dylan creeping just offside. Big physical 22-year-old out of California. Leads this team in goals scored, 6 goals in the year and 19 appearances. This is now his 20th appearance.
Second balls, ready to secure.
Yeah, another look here at the timing of the run, and that is right. As you see the arm of Richard Dixon go up, and correct call made on the field there. As Justin Dillon just mistiming it there, trying to get through and trying to get his 7th goal of the season.
Those connecting through the lines. Pinged out wide to Adrian Vera. Vera gets his head up, looking for the early ball in, deflected by Richard Dixon. Over to Alex Dixon. Jose Barril, former product of the famed Real Madrid Academy. Was there since he was 7 years old. Scored a golazo a couple weeks ago. It was a big win against their rival Tulsa. Middle there, Alejandro Covarrubias. He was an Energy FC player last year, but coming over to Los Dos.
Good job here defending by Oklahoma City. They're playing a really high line and really trying to pin the Galaxy back, closing down the players with the ball quickly, forcing the Galaxy to make quick decisions on that, and for the Energy hoping to cause a turnover.
Vom Stieg getting into the action. Goalkeeper, only his 2nd appearance of the year, and there looked a little uncomfortable as he played it right out into touch.
Yeah, as the year winds down, and obviously playoffs pretty much out of the picture for the LA Galaxy too. An opportunity now for the coaching staff to really get more looks and more minutes to some of these players that don't necessarily get to see a lot during the season, or when there's still really something to play for.
Barril pings it up to Brown. Good run by Gonzalez. Lays it off to Richard Dixon. Barril knocks it back to Sam Fink. Fink, good ball to Brown. Brown looking for a run from Dixon. Dixon to Dixon, plays it into the back post, just a little too tall.
Good movement there, though, by Oklahoma City. Good vision to find the players, and yeah, just a little bit too much on that ball into the box over the top of everyone that was making their run into it.
You're getting on the left wing, looking to play that early ball. Goes over the head of Anthony Wallace, and Zubak will get on it. Nice pressure by Juan Pablo Guzman to force the turnover, and then good touch out of some trouble up to Alex Dixon. Dixon swings it out to Brown. Brown's got a couple runners ahead of him in the box. He drives toward the byline. Plays it back across, and was deflected out for your first corner of the match in the 8th minute.
Oklahoma City looking very good in transition through the midfield. LA Galaxy too, maybe giving them a little bit too much respect and too much space as they're backing up and allowing the energy to move forward. And again, that created another opportunity on goal.
Big center back Anthony Wallace comes over to take the corner.
He's got a ton of experience. Former FC Dallas, Colorado Rapid, won MLS Cup back in 2010 with the Rapids.
In swinging ball right to Vom Steeg. You see Angulo kind of look out to him and be like, what was that?
Open up! Come on, Jorge.
Jorge Arteaga on the ball there, and the center back. 17-year-old plays a long ball looking for Dylan. He able to get a little flick on. Potential opportunity. Zubak showing his wheels right now, trying to cut it back. Good help with the depth there by Richard Dixon to dig it out. Sam Fink was bested by the young fella.
Yeah, very good individual effort there, and just on the bounce of the field turf, unable to control it to be able to bring it down long enough to be able to have an opportunity on goal.
Jose Angulo rode the challenge for a while, but then Michael Radchuk will pull it back. Zubak, as we said earlier in the beginning of the show, scored a goal in 10 seconds against Sacramento, the fastest goal in the history of USL. Unfortunately for Los Dos, they'd go on to lose that game, could not hold on to that early lead 2-1 in Sacktown. Pinged it out wide to Brown. Brown to keep it in play and play it back to Richard Dixon. Brown's layoff sends Baril off his line. Almost turned over, but kept in.
Protect the goal, JD! Come in the middle.
Alex Dixon, driven ball in low. Looked like there was an opportunity there for Jose Angulo, but couldn't quite sort it out. Skipped off the turf.
Yeah, also an opportunity for Jonathan Brown. I don't think that he thought the ball was going to get all the way through, and you saw him pull up his run, and you can see how he's a little upset with himself, because if he would have kept going at the back post here as he pulls up, there might have been an opportunity for him to get at that one at the back post.
Protect the middle now. Protect the middle.
Kyle Heil looking long for the speedy Dixon. Arteaga will just play it out harmlessly.
You can already see how this, I think, is starting to develop. The LA Galaxy 2 really just going to try to get something going on the counterattack, and they're really just falling back. They're trying to clog up the top of the 18-yard box and make it very difficult for the Oklahoma City Energy to get balls into the box or to find a player open. They really seem to have just gone into a shell as far as defending Oklahoma and then just trying to get something on the counterattack. So it will really be up to the creative ability of the Oklahoma City Energy to get something in that final third and then be clinical. They're going to create a lot of opportunities, but they got to have that next bit of ability to be able to finish on what they're creating.
They've had a problem with that a little bit this year, Jimmy Nielsen's club. They had a run of 4 straight games scoreless. He said leading into that Tulsa match in September, they spent all Wednesday just finishing, an entire training session and just finishing. They came out and scored goals in that game and won that game, which was important, and they've continued to build off that.
Yeah, because you know they're going to dominate the possession most of this game against a team like this, and so they should. So that's the big thing. Can you finish? And you're always keeping a team in it. If you can't finish on those opportunities, it only takes them to come down once on the counter and get a goal.
Barril working hard, skipping around, then tattoos a shot. Touched over by Vom Steeg. Great individual effort again by Jose Barril.
Yeah, fantastic from long distance. I like that. If you don't see anything open, go for it yourself just off the top of the 18-yard box. And he has that one dipping, and that would have probably come down underneath the crossbar if it wasn't for Vom Steeg just tipping it over the cross.
Anthony Wallace now, the center back, approaches the other corner. Second one of the match.
So he's
for Energy.
Taking them from both sides now. Out swinger with the left foot.
And Radchuk blows the play dead. Another ball, I think, made its way onto the pitch, yes. Juan Pablo Guzman is clearing it off. And Guzman is back in your picture and ready to roll. Swinger driven in, falls to Guzman. Guzman's got to give it a ride, and does he ever. Almost lands the corner flag.
Yeah, not the best effort there that time. He's getting under that one every little bit. And he had a lot of time on the ball to bring that one down and maybe do something differently as opposed to just cracking it and getting underneath it and nowhere close to goal.
Just a reminder, Energy FC's next home match is Sunday, October 8th at 5 p.m. The first 2,000 fans through the gates get a free Energy FC Fandana. Tickets are available by calling 235-KICK. Off to the races is Jonathan Brown. His pass, though, hit LA defender in the back, and now Adrian Vera's on it. Vera dispossessed by Barril. Nice touch by Barril to Brown to keep it alive. And Gonzalez is clipped, and that will be a free kick.
Yeah, a little tough in on the ball there is Covarrubias. He's smiling, but that is the right call on the play. So free kick now for Oklahoma City Energy. That's one thing you want to keep doing here is just creating, and set pieces is a great way to score goals. They've already come up with a couple of corner kicks, and now a free kick opportunity here in the 15th.
Wallace to take this as well. Radchuk tells Vera to back up a bit. It's been harmlessly cleared out by Angulo.
Yeah, Anthony Wallace a little bit upset with himself there. Had a kick at the ground after he took that free kick. Not happy with the delivery there. That needed to be much higher with some more pace getting into the box to try to find those runners making it into the top of the six.
And Radchuk saying that Angulo handled the ball. You saw his arm go out. Actually saying it's offside. I'll take that back. Again, this OKC team currently in 8th place, 2 points ahead of Colorado Switchbacks with a game in hand. 3 points behind their rivals, Tulsa. Tulsa 3 games remaining. They go at Phoenix. Phoenix just had their unbeaten streak snapped, and they go to Seattle 2, Tulsa does, and then they play at home against the Switchbacks, and will be a huge 6-pointer at that end of the table. Alex Dixon tries to skip it ahead off his head to Miguel Gonzalez, but cut out. Covarrubias out to Vera.
Let's play. 2-touch, rápido. 2-touch, fast.
You can hear Mike Munoz clearly saying, let's play 2-touch. Rapido, rapido. Let's play quickly.
Keep fighting it, Alex.
Yeah, that's one thing that when you're part of a MLS side and have that affiliation, it's a system more than anything else that they're trying to imprint into these players. not necessarily about the wins and the victories. It's playing a certain system, the same system that the first team plays in Major League Soccer, what they think that will be the best as far as, you know, getting wins. And everybody has to buy into that. And the players that do are the ones that move up more than often.
Loose ball by Ryu Fuji there, but Hong Kong-born player knocked it off of Alex Dixon, so it'll stay with Los Dos.
React!
Dixon trying to play it around the corner to Angulo, but Bamsteeg well off his line, ready for that, and the ball was overcooked anyway. Jorge Hernandez looking long for Zubak. He's onside, and unfortunate effort, we'll call that.
Yeah, it was a good ball, though, over the top, and unfortunately he just couldn't handle the bounce off the field turf. 86 Fahrenheit today in Oklahoma City, but you can guarantee you can probably add 9 or 10 degrees easily on the field turf pitch. The black little rubber balls really create a big difference at field temperature as compared to sitting in the stands. It's amazing that we're this late in the season, October the 1st, and you know, it wouldn't be surprised if we even saw a hydration break in this match, because it being played on field turf really does elevate the temperature.
We'll see if that wears on either team late in the season, as you mentioned. Alex Dixon able to skip by, lost it for a second, but still on the ball. Fuji went from a tackle from behind. Didn't get any at Dixon, fortunately, because it was in the box. Fuji keeps it in play.
Just a good job again all around the defending of the Energy this afternoon, just not giving the Galaxy any time on the ball. It's been very difficult for them. As you said, they want to move the ball quick, a couple of passes and get that ball forward, but very difficult when they've been closed down so quickly by the players of the Energy off the ball.
We have confirmed there will not be hydration breaks, but it is close, to your point, Lee, that this is a game 2 where LA 4 straight road games. They just played midweek game. Now, a lot of teenagers, you could make the argument they should be able to bounce back, which is very possible. But still, we'll see if anybody's bodies start to break down and fatigue plays a factor in this match.
Yeah, it's like I said, but it's just excellent to have these temperatures this late in the year. I worked the Louisville-Ottawa game last weekend, and you would think up in Canada, in the northeast there, that it should be much colder at this time of year, and they had to take the hydration break in Ottawa, which is a scorcher of an afternoon game. And tough for James O'Connor's side. They come out of that one with a draw, and they really got hurt on that road trip because they lost to Toronto FC 2 after that game. So they go with 1 point in 2 games on the road when they had the opportunity to really still be in the shield for the overall points. And that one really hurt them, and they still technically haven't clinched the Eastern Conference title yet because of the play on the road.
Yeah, Louisville clinched a spot a couple weeks ago, and they've had a rough run of results here. They've not played to James O'Connor's expectations, and don't want to be seeing that from their team late in the season here. You want to be peaking at the right time.
Absolutely.
Radchuk saying that Brown got his elbow a little bit high. Angola, Cameroonian born, 19-year-old, 23rd appearance on the year for the big center back. He's back on the ball. All right, we're 21 minutes in here, Lee. What's your assessment so far of what we've seen here?
Well, we see 50-50 possession, but right now the 50% side for the LA Galaxy 2 has really mostly been in their own half. And I think that Oklahoma City Energy would be happy with that. They can pass the ball along the back all they want if they're not generating any chances. And this is what's been happening. It's been the close down right there, playing a high line and getting the ball back. And they're the ones that have been certainly the more dangerous coming through. The final third is where they have to do a little bit better, just not possessing the ball. But it's been rare that LA Galaxy 2's gotten the ball over the half with any quality possession so far.
Come on, Jay. Come on, Zubac. Protect the middle now, JD. Protect the middle now, JD.
In these areas here, this is really about LA Galaxy 2 keeping their shape, keeping Oklahoma City Energy to the outside, not letting them get in.
Well defended there by Arteaga, and the quick 1-2 they tried to pull off. Ball played in, Angulo heads it clear, but only as far as Barril.
And it's these second balls, these second chances that OKC Energy are winning as well. After that ball goes in, you get the clearance initially by the Galaxy.
Almost a poor turnover. Dixon laid that pass out short for Fink. There was contact, and Michael Radchuk on it immediately. Breaking up would have been a jailbreak one-on-one scenario.
Yeah, very fortunate here as we watch a sloppy little back pass there by Dixon. And that is very close to being a turnover, but the official thinking a little bit too much contact there. Free kick for OKC.
Do you agree with the call?
I think it's a foul. In fairness, there is a push and it's too much contact. It's in the back. If it was both players going shoulder to shoulder after a bad pass, then I'd say fine. It's a 50-50 ball, but I don't think that was there. There was enough of a push and created an advantage.
Brown with the cross. It comes across the box, and Angulo actually was waiting to receive in the other end, and it got knocked up by two OKC players that were attacking the ball. You can't fault them for that, but Angulo probably the best angle there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where maybe some communication comes in, but they both didn't know that Angulo's right behind there, completely left unmarked. And he would have been able to just tap that one home, but it never reaches him. So close there by the Energy.
Alex Dixon and Miguel Gonzalez kind of making the same run, end up in the same spot. Dylan, is he onside? Arm is up. Good drive by Zubek and good pass, but Dylan again has run just a little early.
And here's another look as Dixon plays that ball around to Brown. And nice cutback there. And yeah, it takes a deflection off of Alex Dixon as well. And Angulo was just waiting for that one, and it never got to him.
And John Brown is down right now. He just played that ball in, made that run to the end line.
We'll have a look at what he's actually talking to the trainer about. We haven't seen him lift that leg up. He says he's okay and good to go, so. He just wants the water break.
It's understandable. Stretch it out a little bit. Gives his entire team a quick water break.
And there you see Jimmy Nielsen. This is a nice way to have a little reset here in what he sees in the first 24 minutes that we played so far. And to be able to get his team maybe to be a little bit more successful in that attack in the final third.
We have a minute. Let's tell you about the Energy FC Gold Card. It's a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Dunkin' Donuts, iFly Indoor Skydiving, La Oacana Bakery. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold. Ball put back into play by Cochran. Zubak rose high, but Wallace will retrieve first. John Brown is back on the pitch, so we're back 11v11 as Alex Dixon thinks about playing a ball in, but just skips across into midfield. Nice one-touch pass by Brown. Dixon does get there. Keeps it in play. Cut back, but then cut out by Ebola. Angola, excuse me. Ebola, nobody wants that.
No. But yeah, great cutback there. A good move by Richard Dixon to get around and to win and fight off that tackle and get the ball into the box and to earn the corner kick. And you're right, Angola with what could have been a goal-saving clearance there just in front of the near post.
Wallace again now, in-swinger toward the back post, and Fink got his head to it, but couldn't quite direct it, really get anything on it. And Michael Radchuk's going to pull this back. Interference with the goalie, but I mean, you tell me. It looked like Gonzalez. I don't think he did anything intentional with any malice. No. I actually thought Vom Steeg ran up onto him. They're saying it should be an automatic yellow card, but that's when it's intentional. It's tough to claim there was an intention there.
Yeah, I don't think that there was, and I think at this point in the game, I like that it's just a talking to at this point in time and not the card. I think that's good officiating. Keep it under control. You just don't want to start throwing those yellow cards out every time that there is something that is a little bit controversial. Each coach probably saw it a different way, so I like the talking to this time, and then the next time, that was your chance. That was the one chance, and the next time the card will come out.
Alongside Lee Godfrey, I'm Dallin Cuff here at Taft Stadium. OKC against LA Galaxy 2, 0-0 here as we cross into the 29th minute. Been a bit of a cagey affair early on. A very young Los Dos team there out of the playoff picture. OKC in at 8th right now, the last and final playoff spot in the Western Conference. They have a 2-point lead over the 9th place team trailing the Colorado Switchbacks. A win would go a long way to making Jimmy Nielsen feel better about where they're at and the fact they have 2 more home games coming up to close out the season. Miguel Gonzalez working. We'll skip around trying to find John Brown, who made the late run through the box, but is knocked out. And now Zubak is on his horse. Early ball played to Dillon, and Dillon is off again. Excuse me, flip that. Dillon played it to Zubak. He's off this time.
And Zubak has to come back there. That was very easy to see that he was at 2 feet offside before that pass was made up and around. And he has to do a better job of just hanging in behind and making that run once that ball is passed. And it does look like Jonathan Brown can't get over the cramping issues that he's having, and he's going to have to come off.
Very unfortunate for John Brown, who Jimmy Nielsen was just singing the praises of, saying how great he's been to just come into this team, signed on August 17th. He's melded into the team so well. He's played, he's come off the bench, he started games, he's been effective. He scored his first goal last game, but he is going to come off, and he's going to be replaced by Vucic, 25-year-old, who's second. He's got 2 goals scored on the season. This will be his 15th appearance. Big striker from Poland. We'll see how they change their shape in any way. Definitely a different player. Brown was playing out wide right. Vucic more of a central striker.
Yeah, and that's disappointing for Jimmy Nielsen having to go make that substitution so early in this game. But you're right, in Vucic, you do have a proven goal scorer in this league. So what one brings to the game and what you might lose, you pick up a little bit of something too with Vucic.
This is the 3rd straight game Jimmy Nielsen's had to make a first-half substitution due to injuries. Mickey Daly last game, Cody Lorendi, the goalkeeper the game before that. So limiting some of his tactical and personnel decisions he can make with some of these injuries. And an unfortunate time of the year, too, come down to playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs, and then you're looking late in the game, too, depending on what the score line is. It really limits what you can do tactically, depending on what the score is.
Barril on the ball, head up. Guzman, poor pass. Vera cuts it out and then clears it out.
Yeah, and it does look like Miguel Gonzalez has come over a little bit more to that right-hand side, and Vucic has moved into the middle after that substitution.
Another offside there by Los Dos.
Watch these gaps, Alex. Checking your shoulders. Okay, this is us. Good. Good. Come on.
Fink takes a shot in the back, and Radchuk almost like he was going to let it play on, but there was no advantage there to be had.
Behind, behind. Steady, steady. Protect the middle. Tight.
Good turn by Guzman. And Radchuk looks like he's pulling that back for a foul again.
Yeah, I think the Los Angeles Galaxy are asking where that was just after that ball was played.
Guzman pings it out to Highland. Vucic getting his first touch. Lays it off for Highland. Highland winding up the cross, floats it back post, and he crept offside too. Always drive coaches a little nuts when you're on the far side. You can look right down the line and you creep offside.
Yeah, a lot of offside so far in this first half. The majority of them to Los Dos, but this time when that play, he had nobody on him. He had a lot of time just to hold up on that before the pass came to him. Instead, he's getting just in behind there, and an easy call when you do look down that line.
Flicked on to Dylan. Heavy first touch, takes it out of play. Time to tell you about the Energy FC Gold Card. It's a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Dental Works, Central State Beauty and Wellness College, iCakes Gourmet Cakes and Desserts, and Supermercado Morelos. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold.
Come on, Vera. Good, Vera.
Alex Dixon lets it skip up by his foot. Vera will have the throw in now.
Richard Dixon there trying to plead his case, but he certainly had his arms wrapped around a Los Dos player there, and the free kick is given.
Covarrubias, former Energy FC player last season, ready to take the free kick. Driven ball in and right into the arms of Cochran.
Now you can see there by the shadows and the sun. I'm not sure if Covarrubias just got too much on that one or was trying to make it difficult to see how much that sun does play into the eyes of CJ Cochran.
Keep dropping, Vera. Okay, Zubac, I need you. Force him back. Tight, Kova.
And Artis Sepulveda on the ball again, wearing 29, normally wears 47. Nice skip by Angulo by Covarrubias. Then lazy pass turns it over.
Come on, Vera. Fuji.
Played into Vucic. He's able to turn, face up, tried to flick it over to Gonzalez. Baril on it, looking to skip into the box. He does. Gets the cross off. Great play by Angola to get ahead there because Angulo was sitting on the doorstep.
Yeah, let's have another look at this as Barril sends that one into the top of the 6, and you are right, Jose Angulo just in behind and on the right side of the center back. So another great clearance there by Angulo.
Acrobatic play to keep that off of Angulo's foot. Now Walsh take another corner. This one driven in and taken out by Dylan. Guzman, good pass up to Dixon. Dixon first time cross, he's got Angulo. Great breakup by Angola again. And now a lot of contact. And he points to the spot. Michael Radchuk says penalty on former Energy FC player Covarrubias on Alex Dixon.
Yeah, and he has to there as you see this ball in and it comes back and it's just bobbling around there, and right there is no play on the ball there by Covarrubias whatsoever. And he has no choice but to point to the spot. A big break and an opportunity here for the Energy in the 38th minute of play.
Pardon me, that foul was on Jose Barril trying to pick up the loose ball. Covarrubias takes the penalty, and now Angulo steps up, and can he make them pay? 1-0 would be a big advantage here for Oklahoma City toward the end of the first half. In this game, this fixture earlier in the year, 1-1 was the final. Andy Craven put in a penalty for OKC to tie that one up in the second half. This an opportunity for Angulo to put them up in the first half at home. And Angulo right down Broadway finishes 1-0. Energy FC is up, 10th goal of the campaign for Angulo. His 6th goal since coming over on loan from St. Louis here at OKC.
I'll have another look at that. That is very, very cheeky. It's very, very lucky in a way that he's just hit this one right down the middle in the hopes that Justin Vomsteeg would go to the left or the right. And a lot of times you'll see as the player is dropping down the keeper that can still hit his feet, that they're able to react and get a foot up, because he just goes right down Main Street, right down the center for that goal. And for his 10th of the season, OKC now that 1-0 lead.
Big finish by the 29-year-old Colombian-born, New Jersey-raised. Big finish by him. 1-0, Los Dos is down. How will they respond here toward the end of the first half? They've struggled to muster anything even dangerous around the box. We'll see if they can flip the script or at least batten down the hatches on the back end and not give up another one on the road here.
Yeah, certainly it's got to be to OKC Energy now to keep your foot on the gas, continue to play the way you're playing, continue to create that pressure, and get that important second goal to really try to put this one away.
Kyle Highland driving forward, lays it off for Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives the ball in, cleared out. Cheek drops into some space to get the ball. Dixon to Dixon. This is Alex driving at the defender. Skipping toward the byline, able to get a cross off, but Vomsteeg out to claim it. Vomsteeg playing it quick. Anthony Wallace, cool as you like, takes it out of the air.
I think we've seen there, that's where the Oklahoma City Energy are having their most success, is really running balls into the box and making something happen. That's what happened on the penalty kick, and something almost happened there. Flag goes up here, but that's where more of their opportunities have come from, as opposed to wide spaces and putting balls in the box. LA Galaxy 2's done a pretty good job of clearing away most of those, and it's when the ball is at their feet and they're running 1v1 at defenders that has created opportunity for the Energy.
Angulo to step offside. Good step by Sam Fink. Played over to Alex Mendez, wearing 60. 5th appearance of the year. Back to Mendez again in the middle of the park. Potentially be going to the U17 World Cup with the U.S. team here in October, coming up later this month.
difficult for these defensive players with the ball for LA Galaxy too. You can see them waiting to make a decision because a lot of the attacking and forward players are just standing still beside the defenders of Oklahoma City Energy, not finding the space or creating anything on a run and giving them something to put the ball forward to.
Ball settled by Jorge Hernandez, then pinged out by Mendez over to Fuji. Fuji's ball easily intercepted by Barril. Dixon lays it off to Angulo. Angulo stays with it. He's got Alex Dixon making a run. Richard Dixon making a run to the right. Richard still on it. Looks for the cutback. He's got Alex, and he fluffs his shot. Oh, he scuffs the shot. It still wasn't out, and they will get a corner. Alex is going to want that one back.
Yes, he is. That was just all too easy for the Oklahoma City Energy. This should be 2-0 right now on that play. Let's have another look at this one as Richard Dixon's coming in. He passes it along the face of the goal, and there's the scuff on the shot. As Vucic couldn't have touched that, he probably would have been in an offside position. He stays away from the play, and that should be 2-0.
Wallace now to take that corner. Laid into the penalty spot. Fink gets his head to it, but again, can't really get anything on it or on frame. Was that just a nonchalant attack of the ball by Dixon there? It seemed a little bit lazy.
Yeah, I don't know if he was already halfway into his kicking motion, and sometimes the ball will take a weird spin or slow down on the turf. So when it came back up for him to hit it, he just didn't get anything on it.
And an attempt from distance, easily covered by C.J. Cochran.
I think that's the first time C.J. Cochran's actually had to make any sort of real save on an attempt on goal from the Galaxy in this first half.
Jimmy Nielsen was telling me you've got to be ruthless in front of goal. We have to be ruthless with our opportunities. Unfortunately for Dixon, it just didn't seem that way. Great player that has a huge impact on this team. You would expect him to finish that or at least make Von Steeg have a phenomenal save.
Yeah, it was, you know, Von Steeg had all the time in the world to get over that one because there's not really anything behind it. And I'm sure if Alex Dixon got that back, you know, 9 times out of 10, he's putting that in the back of the net.
Absolutely. Played forward by Fink to Richard Dixon. Alex in the overlap, plays it back to Alex. First time ball played in. Angulo gets him in. Gonzalez touches it to Angulo, but he is clearly offside.
Now he's smiling. He should have never touched that ball, and he knows it because I think the flag stays down for Miguel Gonzalez, and if he goes and gets his own ball, he's got no one in front of him. There's no defenders in sight on the Galaxy. Let's have another look at this. It's a great ball back behind the play, and yeah, certainly. Well, you know what? Von Steeg probably would have had the opportunity to come up and grab that one if it's not touched by Jose Angulo. I don't think that Miguel Gonzalez would have had the time to be able to run up and get his own ball forward.
And we're up to 2 minutes of stoppage time here. The end of the second half. End of the first half, excuse me.
And you really have to question what was going on with the back four of the Galaxy there. Because
I was going to ask you that. What happened
if Gonzalez doesn't have a bad first touch, he has got a free look. There's no one there in blue to defend.
Again, this very young team with a very young back line. Angola, 72 in the middle of your screen, the eldest of the back line, 19 years old. Fuji. First touch control, not great, popped over his head and out of play. Barril lets it run across him. Knocks it out to Richard Dixon. Richard Dixon finds Angulo. His touch a little off, but second touch might be better, but just a little stretch for Barril. He couldn't control that.
Yeah, you can see as this game has gone on, the energy of really focused in on their attacking right side, the defending left side of the LA Galaxy. Those young players, the backs here, it really seems to having difficulty contain Richard Dixon, and as well Alex Dixon now has come across to the other side of the pitch.
Salman Vucic came on. It seemed Dixon went out wide right. Gonzalez went over to the left as John Brown exited the game. And they've actually had quite a bit of joy down that right side. And that is the first half whistle. 1-0 Energy FC up. Lee Godfrey, your thoughts on the first half?
I thought it was a well-controlled half by the Oklahoma City Energy. Unfortunate probably that they're not up by one or maybe even two more goals in this one. They certainly want to get the second one to be able to put away the Galaxy and just really, you know, calm those nerves and have a little bit of confidence going into your last couple of home games and trying to just solidify that playoff spot.
There's your goal scorer. Jose Angulo tallied a penalty to give OKC a 1-0 advantage. I'm sure he'll be wanting more in the second half. We'll be back to break it down at halftime in just a minute.
Your banking needs are personal, none more so than your personal checking. FFB has a checking solution for you. Like FFB's Debit Card Rewards, which earns you points with every debit card purchase. Points for travel, hotels, restaurants, or merchandise from your favorite stores. And as always, you'll enjoy FFB checking perks like mobile deposit, online bill pay, and free ATMs worldwide. That's a lot of punch packed into a little plastic. Visit ffb.com/rewards for more today.
Find out how a Mercy doctor can take care of you. At Mercy, your life is our life's work.
What if you could keep an eye on your business every hour of every day and know where your customers are at any moment? See what your employees are doing or tell if your windows and doors are secure. And what if you could do all that from anywhere? Introducing Cox Business Security. With HD surveillance and 24/7 monitoring, our security never sleeps, so you can. Cox Business Security Solutions. Security that means business.
Back here at Taft Stadium, the home fans are loving it. 1-0 lead right now for Energy FC over Los Dos. The Energy FC Sidekicks program presented by Gulfport Energy brings Energy FC players together with an athlete from local organizations that assist children with physical or mental challenges. Defender Richard Nixon recently visited Southmore High School where his sidekick Sheldon is prepping for the state games and getting help from the Southmore High School team.
A busy Tuesday for the Energy FC's Richard Dixon. The defender with a 2-hour practice in the rain in the morning, then quick shower and a bite to eat, off to Southmore High School to meet his buddy, Sheldon. But this wasn't any ordinary sidekick player hangout session. Sheldon, part of the Super Cats, a team of Special Olympians getting ready to play October 11th in Owasso in the state tournament. For the training session, the Super Cats partnering with Southmore varsity players to gear up, score goals, and get some grins.
They're loving it. My special athletes are having a great time. The varsity soccer team has really stepped up and helped us out a lot, and the boys are doing a really great job working with my kids.
Yeah, these guys are loving every minute of it. It's an honor for them to get to do it, and they love the kids, and I think the Special Olympics kids are having a lot of fun too.
At the Special Olympics State Tournament, soccer is a unified sport, meaning typically developing teams will play alongside the Super Cats. That made it perfect for Richard and Energy execs to be able to join in the session.
It happens every time. So no matter if it's an Energy sidekick, a Special Olympics player, anybody, any caliber, when we get on the field and we play with them, it's smiles, it's laughs, it's cheering each other on. It's being a better human, being a team player. It's just fantastic. And here at Southmore, couldn't have got a better greeting. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm lost for words right now because normally on my game days, you know, I see Shell, she's the excited one running up to come meet me after the game, and now for me to be here supporting her, you know, it's pretty cool. She's my biggest fan. She's been supporting me all season, so it's only right that I come out here and support her, see what they do, and just be a part of it.
And make no mistake, the guys from Southmore High School's varsity team having just as much fun as the guys and gals on the Special Olympics team.
Yeah, they're working me. I was in their back pocket the whole time, but it was fun. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. Hope we can do this again sometime.
A lot of fun. Hope everyone can do this. Have the best time of my life doing this. I love the Oklahoma City Energy being here. It's one of my favorite soccer teams here in Oklahoma.
Afterwards, Richard giving some words of encouragement to the Special Olympians as they make their way to the state tournament, and just another great example of the beautiful game growing in Oklahoma. For Energy FC TV, I'm Brent Scargy.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at her best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
The race for the USL Golden Boot is one to watch entering the final weeks of the USL regular season. The USL's all-time leading scorer, Dane Kelly, leads the league's top offense in Reno 1868 FC. Kelly's 18 goals on the year are chasing Matt Fondy's USL single-season scoring record of 22, set back in 2015, as Kelly pursues the first Golden Boot of his career. Enzo Martinez is second in the race with 16, but hasn't tallied a goal since Week 24. Martinez and the Charlotte Independents enter Week 28 having clinched a spot in the playoffs, but looking to hold on to the number 2 seed. The Charleston Battery's Romario Williams has only played in 20 games this season, yet has scored 15 goals. June's Player of the Month is looking to get back into scoring form. The Jamaican international has been held scoreless since August 12th. Real Monarchs SLC's Chandler Hoffman has already matched his single-season high of 14 goals and has done it with the fewest shots of any player in Golden Boot contention. Hoffman's 46 shots are about half that of Dane Kelly, who leads the league with 93 shots. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds' Corey Herzog has played the most minutes of the players in the running and is coming off his third 2-goal performance on the year. Herzog's brace against Bethlehem Steel FC brought his season total to 13, the same number he had in the 2016 regular season. With 3 weeks to go, the contenders will look to end on a high note as the race nears the finish line. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
We do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
And back here at Taft Stadium, halftime between OKC, Energy FC, and Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2, 1-0 to the home team. Now, big game coming up Wednesday, October 4th, the ESPN3 game of the week. Phoenix Rising FC just had their double-digit unbeaten streak snap. They played Tulsa Roughnecks. Both these teams in critical parts of the Western Conference. Phoenix Rising is in 5th, Tulsa in 7th, a big-time 6-pointer in the playoff race. Do not miss it. Wednesday, October 4th, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN3. We're back here from Taft Stadium to break down what happened in the first half, what needs to change in the second. Not much for the home team. They're up 1-0.
Since 2014, our fans have been the backbone of the club. Fans keep supporting us on the field, in the community, and are the driving force of our success. Our fans create an exciting atmosphere that drives charisma, excellence, and passion. Energy fans, we thank you and welcome you to year number 5. Celebrate our 5th anniversary and renew your season membership today.
Your banking needs are personal, none more so than your personal checking. FFB has a checking solution for you. Like FFB's debit card rewards, which earns you points with every debit card purchase. Points for travel, hotels, restaurants, or merchandise from your favorite stores. And as always, you'll enjoy FFB checking perks like mobile deposit, online bill pay, and free ATMs worldwide. That's a lot of punch packed into a little plastic. Visit ffb.com/rewards for more today.
Since 2014, our fans have been the backbone of the club. Fans keep supporting us on the field, in the community, and are the driving force of our success. Our fans create an exciting atmosphere that drives charisma, excellence, and passion. Energy fans, we thank you and welcome you to year number 5. Celebrate our 5th anniversary and renew your season membership today.
Back here at Oklahoma City, Taft Stadium, 1-0 to the home team, Energy FC, over LA Galaxy 2, thanks to a Jose Angulo penalty in the 38th minute. Lee Godfrey alongside Dallin Cuff. And Lee, let's take a look at the first half highlights. It's a game that the home team needs to win, and they've really gone out and controlled the game.
Yeah, they have. And as far as the first half is gone, I think more than anything else for Oklahoma City Energy, it's been missed opportunities. They did get the benefit of that penalty kick call in the first half, but certainly I think they should feel that they've been up more. Look at all this play in and around the 18-yard box and just not being able to get it done with the long balls into the box. It's been when they've done this, when they've ran in and they've attacked. That was one good save there, certainly by Justin Baumsteig from the shot out wide by Jose Barril. Certainly the best one on target in that first half. That's Stieg didn't have to do much else except one other shot, which probably should have been a lot better, as we do see, again, just not clicking on some of the passing, just a little bit of bad luck, deflections here and there. And a look here as Dixon comes in and cut back again, another good block. So when we look at all of this buildup, they've been doing a great job in that area. It's just being clinical on the finishing.
And Los Dos they don't have many highlights to really look at right now. Some of their highlights actually were defensively. Some of those balls they cut out to really probably save a goal or an opportunity. But here's one they're not going to want to see again.
Yeah, they're not here as Barril goes in, and there you see there, Covarrubias just going in very late here. This will be a better look at the challenge that he comes in. As Barril goes to attack the ball, and that's just an easy call to make for the referee. And
crafty veteran left his legs there too, as you would expect.
Yeah, and then Angulo going right down the middle. Fortunate that Vom Stieg did go down and went to his left, and that allowed that ball to go into the empty net right down the middle for his 10th of the season.
10th of the season, 6th here wearing the OKC stripes. He had 4 for St. Louis before coming over in loan. And that's where we stand 1-0. The stats really, and the score bear it out right now. Energy FC have done their business to the first 45.
Yeah, they have, and they're going to want to continue to do more. I think this is what Jimmy Nielsen could tell them at the halftime in the locker room is guys, keep up that pressure, keep what you're doing, but you need to finish on those chances that you are getting. This is an opportunity to get some real confidence heading into the last couple of home games of the season and roll that over right into the playoffs. You've seen some teams that are up top right now or have been playing some poor football down the stretch. You don't want to be going into the playoffs on a down note. You certainly want to be going in on an upswing.
All right, we are ready for kickoff here in the second half. We've talked a lot about OKC here, and rightfully so. If you're Mike Munoz and Los Dos, what do they need to do? How can they even find a foothold in this game? Because they've really struggled.
Yeah, there's got to be a little bit more movement up front from the attacking midfield players and also from the forwards. They've got to come back a little bit more, help out those defenders when they do have the ball, give them a target to go to, because when the Galaxy have had possession, they've gotten up to the half and then they're standing still. No one is moving up top for them to be able to get the ball forward. Finding space, start making diagonal runs and give targets to the players that have the ball. They just seem to be standing still offensively, and they've been just, kicking long balls up and over the top. They haven't been timing their runs well when they have. We've seen quite a few offsides moving forward in both Zubek and Dillon. So, when they have gone forward, those are just little mistakes that, that comes at time too in becoming a more veteran player. The young players out there, but even at this level, everybody, has played the sports to a certain extent, and there'd be a lot of kids that play the game that said they probably would say, "Yeah, I would have been able to hold up there and stay on side." So, those are the little things that would make a coach a little bit perturbed in the first 45 minutes of play. That needs to be done better for the Galaxy.
4 offsides in the game for the Galaxy. Justin Dillon, Ethan Zubak, both guilty of 2, and they both had opportunities, I feel like, to your point. If they could have held those runs, they could have been in on goal. But we'll see if they clean that up here in the second half, and they threaten a little more as Alex Mendez looks deep and right to the hands of CJ Cochran.
And right on your point there, that is probably the best thing that the Galaxy did in that first half, is defend all of those dangerous balls into the box and be able to clear those away, or else the scoreline could be very different right now.
Nicky Gonzalez coming in, trying to time his run, but he was offside.
Hey, get out of there now, JD.
You can see Munoz trying to say, "Go, go, go." The energy will take passes from, north and south all day long. They got to be moving towards the goal.
Thinks about giving a shot, then tried to kind of curl it with the outside of his left boot, but right into the grips of Cochran. Quick distribution up to Alex Dixon. Dixon trying to skip past the challenge. Can't. Covarrubias knocks it out of play.
Great vision there by CJ Cochran to throw that one out right away and really get the energy going on a quick attack.
Poor pass by Dixon right into the feet of Mendez. And another poor pass. Fuji can't control it, goes out of play.
Find somebody, take off. Take off now. Get it, Kova. Hey, get the ball, let's go.
Back to the big forward, skipping by Highland. Highland clears him out for an obvious foul call.
Needs to be a little more communication, I think, there on the LA Galaxy side. You can clearly hear the coaches being picked up on the mic. We're not hearing any of the players, and you know, we should be able to hear a little bit, and it's that communication that's been lacking. There was a player available at the top of the screen on the run where Zubek was taken down. If he looks up, or if he's, you know, gotten the other player to yell at him, you know, top of the screen or give it to me. Again, there's just a lot of players standing still offensively for the Galaxy.
Real back on the ball, plays up to Vucic. Covarrubias late slide tackle. Opportunity for Angulo. Just too tall for him, but it's still Dixon on the ball. He drives it in. Knocked out by Angulo, but just to the edge of the area. Richard Dixon on it. Spins past Mendez. Dixon gives it a ride right into the arms of Vom Steeg.
That was a really good ball into the box by Vucic, and that was just maybe inches away from the head of Angulo trying to get the diving header.
You can see his neck muscles straining, just trying to grow a little bit and get a piece of it.
Up, up, up! Come on, up! Hold Mendez up! Push it, go! You're too low, Alex!
I hear Mike Munoz imploring his team to press higher and try to force a turnover, which they do right there. Jorge Hernandez swings it out wide to Vera. Vera looking for Zubek on the back post, but can't get there.
That's probably some of the better build-up. Here's the previous chance of Vucic's ball into the box, and there you see Angulo just trying to dive from the spot forward, and that one's just beyond his reach.
Energy FC Gold Card is a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like All-American Roofing, Abel's Mexican Restaurant, MVS Seamless Guttering, Latino Supermarket, and Kottner Law Group. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold.
On the entry ball, protect and then go. Don't shoot too early. Okay, take off, push. Push, take off.
Jorge Hernandez knocks it out to Fuji.
Nice, go.
Fuji up to Zubek. Looking better here from Los Dos. Back to Fuji. Zubek makes the run through. Fuji tries to play it over to Dylan. Dylan cut out by Richard Dixon, who's coming in to help out center back pairing.
Good defending there by the Energy, but some better movement up the pitch by LA Galaxy too. You see them making those diagonal runs and trying to split the defense and getting those balls forward. We've seen a couple of those runs in the second half, which we didn't see in the first.
Big switch there, almost came off, just skipped away from Miguel Gonzalez making that run up the left side.
Jorge, you gotta move, Jorge!
Loose ball played back. Vom Steeg, loose touch, and he'll just get it out of dodge as Miguel Gonzalez is right there applying pressure.
Hey, you gotta get the ball!
Very sloppy there from the Galaxy.
Release, Fuji. Come on. Release, Leo. You gotta release, Leo.
Ball controlled by Vom Steeg. Rolled out, looking to maybe mount a counter quickly.
I'm not sure if that was intended from Richard Dixon to be a cross or an actual shot on goal.
JD, look at the space. Let's go, let's go. It's offside. Open up! Open up! Come on, pull away! That was a good idea. Engage, Dave, engage!
Subak stepped on the ball, lost his footing, but able to keep it in control. Played up just a little too far for Vera. How do you feel so far about Los Dos' start to the second half?
It has been better. Like I said, you've seen that movement now going up the pitch, and they're trying to string together a few passes, but it all means those forwards are actually running and making runs and finding open space, and you can hear that from the coach. But here we go, right on the counterattack.
But he is off, says the linesman, but that looked close when the ball was played. And it seemed like the break was on right there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an angle of that or not, but I think you're right. That appeared to me to be onside for sure.
That's got to be frustrating for Gonzalez and Jimmy Nielsen right there, because we'll get you a replay of that when we can sneak it in here, folks, because he didn't need to be making that run. I mean, there was just acres of space in front of him and not a defender in sight.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice job by Jorge Hernandez to wheel off some trouble. Dylan looking to the back post, nobody home.
And this is why the Energy want that second goal, because LA Galaxy 2 are coming on a little bit more here, getting a few more opportunities, getting that ball into the box. It's one play away from being a tie game.
All right, let's take a look at this again.
Very close. The ball's already quite away there, and
that's a real tough one.
Yeah, I think Angola has kept them onside in the middle of the screen.
And there really was no reason, again, to make that run, at least even presenting the thought of offside, because there was a lot of space there. But here comes Corubias, going to play it in. Angola kind of got ahead to it, but it's knocked out of the area. Miguel Gonzalez rolls it up to Vucic. Vucic turns it over, though. Oh, nice move by Jorge Hernandez, but just rolled out his touch too far. Guzman making a run in the attacking third. Jorge Hernandez just took down Guzman. Ball play on, though, says Michael Radchuk. Wallace, poor first touch. LA pressing higher in this half, playing with a lot more energy.
Secure it! Secure it! Secure it! Come on, Blue! Come on, Blue! Come on, Alex! Watch the big throw! Watch the big throw! Justin! Tight! Tight! Come on, Cola! Central's be back! Central's be back!
Richard Dixon gets it through to Alex. Alex Dixon skipping it around. Finds Vucic. Vucic sprays it out to Highland. First time cross, looking back, and just too much on it. And Angulo frustrated, but Highland couldn't get the bend on the ball to come back to him.
Right idea, though, and Alex Dixon and Jose Angulo going into the box. It's pushed out wide here by Vucic. And you see Highland send that one around, and there you see the two following up, and it's Angulo on the back post that just a little bit behind that one, but right idea by Kyle Highland.
Vucic raises to win the header right into Gonzalez's path. Angulo with a 1-2. Gonzalez's first touch lets him down. just exploded off his foot right into the hands of Vom Steeg.
Oh, it was such a great 1-2, and he was through. The flag had stayed down, and his touch let him down.
That's the second time for him in the first half. He had one on his foot, and his touch again led him too far ahead, and Angulo picked it up, and Angulo was offside. So that blew it dead, but Gonzalez will probably want both of those back when he puts his head on his pillow tonight. Hernandez looking out to Richard Dixon, intercepted. Alex able to skip by the defender. Richard's back on it. Plays it up to Alex. Good help by Angola. Oh, but it's still loose, and Dixon just lashes at it, and now Gonzalez lashes at it, and it's out of play. Seemed like Dixon would have had more time on the ball. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but Gonzalez, we know, was a shot and ended up in the 20th row.
Yeah, you know, Oklahoma City have been gifted so many opportunities by mistakes of the LA Galaxy and have not been able to capitalize. That one certainly should have done better on a couple of occasions there, all ending up with Gonzalez just trying to punish the ball from, 7 yards out. Accuracy before power. Get that thing on goal first.
This is beginning to look a little bit like the Vancouver FC match where they had 25 shots but walked out with 0 goals. The difference is they are up 1-0 right now, but that second goal would be critical. We'll see if they can get it or LA is able to tie this thing up. They have been better in the second half. Hernandez, nice turn, but good help by Gonzalez to dig it out. The reel on it again, head up and running at the defense. Gonzalez to his left. Angulo making a run down the middle. Plays it forward. Gonzalez is on his horse. He's gonna get there, but can't get anything on it. Barreal able to go shoulder to shoulder with Angola, but no. Radchuk says it was a foul on Barreal. Angola's been pretty impressive today. Great positioning. He's made some great plays in the air and helped out defensively for sure.
Here's another look at that play, and Dixon sliding into the box, and then he had some more time. He just slots it across the 6, nobody there, and this shot has to be better there. By Miguel Gonzalez. I didn't think he was ever going to get to that ball. I thought it should have been cleared away. Much easier by the Galaxy, but it does fall to him, and you don't see someone skyrocket a ball 15 feet over the bar from that close. Well, the Oklahoma City Energy they're content. If the Galaxy just want to pass this around the back line in their own half all night, they'll take that. And they do try to go forward again, just a long ball with no one in the open space.
Richard Dixon floating it across to Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez chest control leaves a little bit to be desired, but they will keep the ball. This is knocked out of play. Highland quick throw in, looking for Angulo. Angulo first time shot just north of the target.
Just needed to be a little bit more patient there and let that ball come down another fraction of a second, and he would have hit it more squarely. Instead, he gets underneath that ball and goes over the bar.
Seemed like Vom Steeg was slightly out of position. That could have gone if it was just on frame.
Yeah, Vom Steeg just a little bit off of his line there. And you're right, if it was dipping down, it had a chance.
Nice touch out wide by Angulo, and Highland does get there, but he does not get there. Whistle just blew now. Just a little too much on it. Energy FC Gold Card is a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Whole Foods, Carl's Plaques, Anthem Brewing, and Buffalo Wild Wings on Northwest Expressway. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold. '63rd minute here from Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City alongside lead Godfrey. I'm Dallin Cuff. 1-0 home team Energy FC is up through Jose Angulo, a 38th minute penalty. They are currently in 8th place in the Western Conference. This win would not move them up out of 8th place, but it would put them level on points with their rival Tulsa. They would be behind due to wins, which is the first tiebreaker, then goal difference. Angulo on it. Plays it back to Highland, who finds Guzman. Richard Dixon gets his head up, plays it in, looking for Angulo, but knocked out by Arteaga, and then put into touch by Sepulveda. Alex Dixon tugs back real quick on Alex Mendez. Easy foul for Michael Radchuk, the official, to call.
Work together now, Zubak, good. Test, Zubak. That's gotta be automatic. Come on, Jorge. Active, Jorge.
Oklahoma City coming in 2-2-1 in their last 5. Off a really impressive win in Sacramento in their 3rd road win of the year. Offside again by Zubak. Sacramento, they won 3-1. Jimmy Nielsen said it was our best performance of the year. He was hoping to build on that. Well, this result would be important to them. And then they have 2 home games to finish the season against Swope Park Rangers. Swope currently in 3rd in the Western Conference, and then Seattle 2. Sounders 2 is out of the playoff race. Most of the teams around OKC will have a game in hand. Most teams above them, I should say, in the standings.
I think as of right now, as far as controlling this game and possession and creating, Jimmy Nielsen be happy with the performance to date, but I just think that I think they should be doing better as far as the scoreline and finishing on those opportunities against such a young team like the Galaxy 2 and the lineup that they put out this afternoon. Moving forward, to give your team confidence, it's going to be much stiffer competition moving forward in the last couple of games that they do have, and then getting into the playoffs.
Tons of opportunities, to your point, created, but really struggled to even put them on frame and really test Vom Steeg. Miguel Gonzalez leaves it for Angulo. Angulo gets knocked out from behind, but he's able to retrieve.
And really, that shot just outside the box in the first by Jose Barril is the only time that Vom Steeg has had to do something with a good shot on target.
Vucic on the ball, the big center forward, has operated a lot more dropping into space and trying to provide an outlet. Oh, Barril, pretty. Nutmegs the defender, lays it across, and there it is! What a play by Jose Barril. Put it on a platter, and Angulo duly put it in the back of the net. His 11th of the campaign, 2nd of the game.
Well, we were just talking about Jose Barril having the first good opportunity on goal in the first half, and this time it is just a beautiful play from that left-hand side of the box. He completely nutmegs the LA Galaxy 2 defender. Well, watch this, the patience here is Vucic gets it, gives it off to Barril, little back pass here, and watch the play on Arteaga, number 62, just a little. There you go, not necessarily nutmeg because it went around his leg. I thought it went through at first, but still a beautiful play to leave him behind, and just slots that in the air perfectly for Jose Angulo to knock down and put past Justin Von Steeg. But this move here is just incredible as he just walks right around Arteaga and then slots home a beautiful pass, and nobody picking up the run of Jose Angulo into the 6-yard box, and he taps that one in.
Barril's a 2nd assist on the night, and it was a beauty. I thought he nutmegged the defender too. It didn't matter because he coasted right by him into the box and then put a perfect pass out there for Angulo to finish. 2-0 to Energy FC right now with just over 20 minutes to go.
And that's the goal I think that they were looking for, and now things seem to be really opening up.
Looking for Angulo. Ooh, he lets it go, though, because Gonzalez is onside. Lays it back to Angulo, and there's your hat trick. Unselfish play. 3 goals for Angulo on the day. And this one is going to be locked up for Energy FC.
And you're absolutely right. I think if Jose Angulo would have touched that ball on the pass across the box, he would have been offside. The flag would have gone up. He stops his run and just allows Miguel Gonzalez, I believe, to get that ball and then just slot it back to him. And then it's just a tap in, all too easy, as it appears there's only 1 defender back for LA Galaxy 2. And the hat trick for Jose Angulo.
Very unselfish play by Angulo, by Gonzalez, excuse me, and smart officiating by Michael Radchuk and his crew to not call offsides, because Angulo did hold up his run. He was not active. Gonzalez made the play, and then they made him pay.
So 11 on the season now for Jose Angulo. His best season was back in 2013 with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds when he scored 15 goals. So he's only 4 away from getting a best individual season once again.
And that is the first hat trick for anyone in an OKC uniform since August 15th at Portland. Danny Koenig put in a hat trick in August of 2015. And that might actually be Angulo's curtain call, as we see Andy Craven is getting set to check in. Another big striker, but we'll see if that's confirmed here in a minute. Opportunity now for LA. Young team needs to learn through experiences, and they were starting to assert themselves into this game, but they gave up 1 goal, and then there was no response.
Yeah, then it just opened right up, and that's a lot of the problems with some of these younger team, and the coaches trying to impress on them is discipline and not giving up. Things aren't always going to go your way. In fact, they're not going to go your way more than they do go your way with these teams that have affiliate clubs with Major League Soccer franchises. So it's all about putting in systems in place and teaching more of the mental aspects of the game too, and dealing with adversity and how you deal with it. And today you showed after that second goal, they just opened up and basically gave up on the play, and it was an easy 3rd goal for Oklahoma City.
Jose Barril battling hard, finally dispossessed, but here comes Mendez. Mendez lays it off for Dillon. Dillon's first touch let him down a bit, and now cleared off by Sam Fink up to Vucic. Vucic looking for Angulo. Angulo did not hold his run. The linesman was ready to put that flag up.
But just a ton of space if he did hold up his run there. Easy ball through, and the back 4 of the Galaxy were just standing still.
Cochran almost picked that up. Finally played it into touch, and now the hat-trick hero, Jose Angulo, will come off for Andy Craven. Angulo scoring 2 goals in successive minutes. 3 goals that will lock up a win for him. And take a look at all these folks. It started with the penalty in the 38th minute.
Yeah, just puts that one right down the middle. Van Boomsteek going to his left, and that was the first one of the afternoon for Angulo. And then he adds 2 more after that penalty kick. So a great individual effort day for Jose Angulo. Here's a look at the second one as Barril gets the ball and just makes a fantastic move there and gives it to Angulo, moving into the box, nobody picking up his run, and that's a tap in. And then the third one, again, it just opened up. A smart play by Angulo to stop his run, and Gonzalez found him once again.
Andrew Nilsson, that's his 2nd substitute of the day. Remember, Vucic came in for an injured Jonathan Brown in the first half. And this will be the 3rd and final sub made as Jose Barril will come off for Chad Bond. Barril coming off is a very common sight. He started 26 games this year. He's been subbed 27 games. This will now be the 16th time he's been subbed. He's only gone 11 times, subbed off 16 times. Bond comes on, the 30-year-old. Won the USL title back in 14 with Sacramento. Previously played over at Swansea City in the English First Division and Championship. 87 games played there, 19 goals with Swansea City. As he comes on the field. There's Bond's first action, dispossessing a defender.
Well, a good job there in management as far as Jose Barril and Jose Angulo both coming off. Their day is done. They did their work. They got their club up to a 3-0 lead. When you're getting late into the season like this, give some of your other players minutes. You don't want to risk injury to your star players whatsoever going down the stretch here. They want to be fresh, healthy for the playoff run. So good management of minutes by Jimmy Nielsen this afternoon.
Richard Dixon just tearing through this team right now. Skipping around the right back. He's going to have a chance. Down comes Vom Stieg. Almost falls to Gonzalez. Not out of danger yet. Highland on the ball. Bond drives it over to Craven. Craven dispossessed and then commits a foul. And again, goal difference is important when you talk about making your way into the playoffs and seeding. So these goals that OKC is piling on can have an effect. Right now, they still are in 8th place, and they will be that way even with the win, but they'll be tied with Tulsa on points. Tulsa has the tiebreaker first one. Total wins in league games. Tulsa would have 13. OKC 12, but they are cutting into that goal difference right now. It's -2 for OKC, and now just -1 for Tulsa.
Yeah, and this is the team that you want to do it against as well. Now, as it stands, the LA Galaxy 2 with the worst goal differential in the conference at -32. So a lot of teams having success at scoring. And then there's the lack of scoring as well. The Galaxy struggling to find the back of the net.
Craven's got options all around. He decides to run into Angola. Just draw the foul, but he had players around when he got his head up. He took a couple touches right into the defensive line, but Michael Radchek says he was fouled. Juan Pablo Guzman and Chad Bond, and it'll be Bond driven low and cleared out. And played out. Supermercado Morelos is a proud partner of Energy FC. Get your grocery shopping done and buy your ticket to the next match. Energy FC home match at Supermercado Morelos. Stores on Southwest 59th in Santa Fe and Northwest 50th and Meridian.
Yeah, once again, good defending by Angulo.
Gonzalez lays it off to Alex Dixon, over to Craven, and then knocked out by Sepulveda. Vucic lays it off for Richard Dixon. First time cross to the left foot. Gonzalez tried to play it to the path of Bond, but it does not come off. Looking long for Zubek. And off his line as Vom Stieg to gather it.
Andy Craven was coming in hard and fast, but just couldn't catch up with that play, and now Galaxy back with it. They just can't be doing the long ball here as they've been trying the last couple times going forward. It's desperate action to try to get on the board, and it's not going to work against this team.
Dillon, first time cross. Fink gets his foot to it first. Coolly done by Richard Dixon, out of trouble. But then his pass back across the box. Mendez looks to wind up, now skips into the area, chips it, and just wide.
CJ Cochran will say, I knew that all along because he didn't move, but that certainly was pretty close to curling in, but it was always moving away from the goal and the back post.
And checking on now is Andre Ulrich Zanga. Zanga comes in. He replaces Arteaga. And then Jonathan Estrada will be coming on as well. He is coming on for Justin Dillon. With an all Cameroonian center back pairing with Angola and Zanga. And Estrada will replace Dillon up top with his 12th appearance in the season. Craven lays it off of Vucic. Can Gonzalez get there? He's offside. So the first two subs of the game made by Mike Munoz, first year coach for Los Dos. Alongside Lee Godfrey, I'm Dallin Cuff here at Taft Stadium, 3-0. Home team is up. Jose Angulo scored by penalty in the 38th, and then back-to-back goals in the 67th and 68th minute to put this one in complete control of Energy FC, who solidify their spot in 8th in the Western Conference. They cannot be caught from behind by Colorado, at least in the next match. Colorado has 2 games left, and they are 5 points adrift right now. They play first Sacramento, who's the 6th team in the Western Conference, and they go at Tulsa, who's the 7th team. So all these teams will be fighting for their lives. Not easy games for the Switchbacks at all.
Yeah, not by the imagination whatsoever, especially that Tulsa game. These are playoff games for these teams basically right now. You can't look any more forward than the game in front of you, and you need to get results.
Alex Dixon dragged down a professional foul, and that'll probably be a card for Sepulveda.
It's so difficult for the teams like Colorado Springs Switchbacks on the outside looking in. Have to get results.
Was not a card. When you look at this, you know, we were just talking about some of the better teams in both the Eastern and Western Conference have hit a little bit of bobble as of late. Who do you like? Who do you feel best about going down the stretch here and into the playoffs in the Western Conference?
In the Western Conference, even though they lost their last game 3-0 to Real Monarchs, is Reno. I think that that's the problem, I think, is sometimes they focus a lot on the scoring. They score a lot of goals.
Yeah, they do.
And when you see their goal differential, they've got 33 goals. Their goal differential is 33, and so it's that defending side of things that they need to take care of a little more. But when they are going and going well, they're an exciting team to watch in the West.
Very fun team to watch. Reno, no doubt, one of the best watches in the league. That Phoenix team continues to have opportunities. They finished down the stretch with a number of home games. They had a long unbeaten streak that was just snapped as Richard Dixon comes into the attacking third, and that is cleared out for a corner. Yeah, Phoenix just losing 2-0 to Sacramento, a massive win for Sacramento, who again is in that back half in 6th right now. They're trailing Phoenix Rising by 4 points, but that win really put them over Tulsa. They were behind Tulsa at that time. Anthony Wallace, the veteran defender, to put it in play. High arcing ball. He's got Vucic just chilling there, and he puts it on his chest. Great touch by Vucic to set up Andy Craven, and Craven's shot goes way off target.
Surprising the amount of time that Oklahoma City Energy had there in the box. It was a floated ball in there, and Vucic had all the time in the world to chest that down. And then again, nobody marking Andy Craven. 2 players open on a play that just didn't have that much pace to it, and was still a big opportunity for the Energy. Andy Craven just getting underneath that ball.
2 forwards, 2 goal scorers unmarked in the box with an opportunity, and gotta tip your hat to Vucic, not being selfish at all. Do you believe was that the right player? Or should he try to take that on his own and head it back across goal?
You know what? I thought he had enough time just to tap it down to himself, as opposed to he put that chest out and got something behind it to get it over to Craven. But I thought, you know, one, he could have stepped back and just tried to volley it in, off the actual ball in. There's just 2 balls on the pitch right now.
Yes, there are. Michael Radchuk's just letting it go right now. Tackle, hard tackle by Chad Bond, and that'll be a foul.
Alex, you're on the ball. Serve it. You're on the ball.
And it's been a tremendous day here in Oklahoma City here at Taft Stadium. 86 degrees at kickoff. The shade has covered the field right now, cooled things down a little bit. But Jose Angulo has been the story. Hat-trick hero on the night. First time a hat-trick for an OKC player since August of 2015. And in a big game where they needed all 3 points. And at times they were struggling to put away opportunities. They did it twice in 2 minutes and put this thing to bed. Mendez stands over it. Driven ball over the target.
It's been a relatively easy night for that man right there, looking to get his 2nd clean sheet of the season and his 3rd win since coming in for Corey Lorendi. The referee calls a high boot there.
Knocked out by Kyle Hyland. Zubak turns, looks wide. Great hustle. Keep it in play by Vera. Zanga. Assuming that's Hernandez. Hernandez back to Fuji. Mendez loose pass right into the path of Guzman. When we talked Western Conference, how do you feel about the Eastern Conference, Mr. Godfrey?
The East, I think, is an interesting story. I think there's so many teams that...
Hold that thought, we'll come back to you in a second. Good touch there by Dixon, but it's just off the mark. Continue, sir.
Yeah, so many teams, you know, Louisville City was on such a great run. They had the chance to take the Shield, and now in their last 5 games, they only have 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss. They seem to be, you know, out of form. Charlotte Independence as well. 3 losses in a row.
Zubak
for
getting
Charlotte.
forward here, having an opportunity with Cochran. One-on-one, lays it across, and it gets tipped up and just wide of the frame by Estrada, who just came on. Good run by him, but he could not redirect it on target.
Yeah, he's upset with himself there. He needs to do a little bit better, but yeah, one of the best counters of the game so far. It comes very late for LA Galaxy too, but they're not able to get that on the frame of goal as that one gets past Cochran, but wide of the post.
So as you were mentioning, Lou City, James O'Connor's crew hit a little bit of a bobble here as of late. 1 win in their last 5. Who do you feel is building in the Eastern Conference as we come down the stretch here?
You know, I think the Tampa Bay Rowdies missed an opportunity last night as they are still undefeated in their last 4, 2 wins and 2 draws. But you look at the top 3 teams in Louisville, Charleston, and Charlotte, and you have to go back 3 weeks for any of those teams to have a win. So the top of the table is going the wrong way. And you look at a team in Cincinnati, undefeated in their last 5, 3 draws, 2 wins. They're creeping up that table as well too. But they have the 30 games where Rochester and the Rowdies have only played 29. So they've got a game in hand on the rest. New York Red Bulls in that 8th spot also have a game in hand as well. So still a lot to be decided in the Eastern Conference as far as playoff positioning is concerned.
It's been very interesting in the East. The teams in the middle of the table have not been able to create any separation. They've all kind of in the middle and the top have stalled out quite a bit. I mean, Rochester being one of them. They haven't won their last 5 matches now with 2 losses. So they had a chance with a string of home games to get on a run, and they didn't capitalize on that at all. They went on the road and had some struggles on the road and now find themselves still in 5th place here. 1 point ahead of Cincinnati, who you mentioned one of the few teams that seems to be going in the right direction. Harrisburg City Islanders currently at 10th. They've won 4 or 5. Somehow could possibly sneak in. They're 4 points adrift of a playoff spot, but they only have 1 game to play. And it'll be a free kick now. We're going to have 1 minute of stoppage time here.
Now this really isn't a perfect position. 7 yards outside, 8 yards outside of the 18-yard box. As Alex Dixon stands over this one. Certainly enough room to be able to get this one up over the wall and back down.
Dixon stands over it. Gets good purchase and a nice save by Vom Stieg.
Well, he does get it up and over the wall and back down again. Von Stieg, good positioning there. As he was right in the exact spot he had to be to palm that one up and over the bar.
Driven in low. Skips all the way through the area. And there's the final whistle. 3-0 win by OKC. Would go a long way to put them into the playoffs. They are now 5 points clear of the 9th place team, and they are trying to make a run up that table. Lee Godfrey, your final thought.
Well, it certainly got a little better for the OKC Energy once they got that second goal. A little bit of a relief to them. They didn't want to keep the Los Angeles Galaxy 2 in that game, and a controlled game for 99% of it for sure. So a great home outing for the Oklahoma City Energy and really helping them in their run for the playoffs.
Jose Angulo with the hat trick. We'll talk about it all coming up on the other side of the break. Post-match report brought to you by UCO's Downtown MBA.
Since 2014, our fans have been the backbone of the club. Fans keep supporting us on the field, in the community, and are the driving force of our success. Our fans create an exciting atmosphere that drives charisma, excellence, and passion. Energy fans, we thank you and welcome you to year number 5. Celebrate our 5th anniversary and renew your season membership today.
I don't think any city in America has come as far as fast as Oklahoma City. And the reason you see so many highly educated 20-somethings move into the city is that vibe, is that energy.
And we want to be a part of that. We believe our MBA program is just as vital, it's just as interesting, it's just as engaging as other parts of people's lives. We can provide students with this incredible opportunity to learn in the places where they're living, working, and playing.
Back here in the post-game show, brought to you by UCO's Downtown NBA program. Lee Godfrey, Dallin Cuff. 3-0 is your final here. The home team, Energy FC, taking care of business over Los Dos by 3 goals from Jose Angulo. Let's get you the highlights. This is a game that really was controlled pretty much from the full 90 by Energy FC.
Yeah, it was. Energy with plenty of opportunities in the first half. Didn't finish off on as many as they would have liked to. Some good defensive clearances, especially by that man, Angola. But it was the penalty kick that got Oklahoma City Energy on the board. Jose Angulo, at the time, with his 9th of the season in the 38th minute, going right down the pipe. And then they started to bring it on in the second half with more chances and opportunities. And Angulo getting his 10th and 11th. As you see that ball from Highland just out in front a little bit, as Jose Angulo can't get on the end of it, but he's going to get on the end of this one 100% to Jose Barril, just with a world-class move there to get around the defender and then just slot it perfectly. And you see right down the middle of the box, nobody marking Jose Angulo or his run. They were too busy just watching this brilliant display of work by Jose Barril. And when you just get caught ball watching, it gets put in the into the net by Angulo for his 2nd of the game. Just a beautiful setup there. Jose to Jose on that one. And then that opened things up just a minute later as you see Angulo not touch that ball because he would have been in an offside position. Allows it to go to Gonzalez, who gives it right back to him. Very unselfish play there. A beautiful ball around the outside of the defenders. They're all caught up the field pressing. And Gonzalez just with an easy little tap over to Angulo for the hat trick.
Smart play all around. Smart play by Angulo to hold up his run. Smart play to lay it off by Gonzalez. And also, very good officiating. We seem to crush the officials. You have to tip your hat to them to not calling offside Angulo. That's the final. Here are your up-to-date standings now. OKC in a very good spot. They've got 2 games left. Same amount of the team chasing them behind in 9th. The Colorado Switchbacks, a 5-point lead. Both those games are at home for OKC. You feel good about their prospects of getting into this playoff run?
Yeah, absolutely, especially with those last 2 games being at home. They got all that road stuff out of the way, and when you're playing in front of your hometown fans, that makes it that much easier to try to solidify that spot, and that 5-point cushion right now really helps.
They move to 9-2-3 at home with, as we just mentioned, 2 more home games coming up. So the Energy FC postgame show brought to you by UCO's Downtown NBA program. Connect to the future of business. Finish your MBA from Central in just 16 months. Visit mba.uco.edu for more. And the man of the match, brought to you by UCO's, of course, Jose Angulo. He gets up there and takes care of business, as we just showed you.
A pretty simple one there for the man of the match. He was involved in every single goal, and you know what? A lot of them were the setups. You know, it was the build-up to that goal. Jose Angulo being the Johnny on the spot just to put them away, but certainly the build-up in those second 2 goals, the 2nd and 3rd, were fantastic.
Something to be said for keeping your head and finishing, because we saw a number of his teammates struggle to do that during the game. He did not. Angulo took his chances, took care of business. 3-0 is your final. All goals to him. First hat trick since August of 2015. Next up for OKC, Swope Park Rangers, currently 3rd in the Eastern Conference. That'll be here at Taft Stadium Saturday, October 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Swope Park against Energy FC. That's your final here from Taft Stadium, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. For Lee Godfrey, I am Dallin Cuff. 3-0 is your final. Energy FC now feeling very good about where they are in the standings. Jimmy Nielsen told me earlier in the week, it's all in our hands. Well, they took care of business today. 2 more games, another couple results, and they'll be playing into late October. And we'll see how far Energy can go from there. That's it from Taft Stadium. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.